All right, guys, we're back with it, 10PDC podcast. Today, I'm going to be talking a little bit about what I just experienced with my most recent event, my 3-day water fast. Now, before I get into that, we're going to real quick recap some of the stuff for all the gym updates, okay? This year's holiday party, 12/15, mark your calendars, Friday night. Potluck, 12/15. All team and affiliates welcome to join us and have fun with us for our last shindig for the year. Potluck again, have a fun time, open mat. We'll do some promotions as well, so make sure you guys are out there. We got BJJ Tour this weekend. Mark, again, who's competing?
It's actually Grappling X.
Grappling X, sorry, my fault.
We have Dominic competing. We have Christian, Andrew, Zachary, and Dennis.
Shout out to the competitors going out for Grappling X. We got Nogi Worlds coming up this next week in Vegas. Okay, so a lot of the teams going to be out there in Vegas. We got Mark, we got Scotty, we got Glow, we got Steven, we got your group. Who else we got, Mark? Am I missing anyone?
Coach Rich.
Coach Rich, yes, for sure. Can't forget Coach Rich. And we got a lot of 10P NorCal and a lot of 10P people out there in general. So we're going to give you a recap next time we come back from Worlds. And we're going to show you, talk to you guys about it. So we got a big turnout for 10P. Hopefully we win that team title this year. So also, Coach Ethan is going to be fighting 12/16 in Gilroy for the technical bouts PKB event. So that'll be then. And also recently we had one of our first seminars with Denny Prokopos. Okay, again, first 10th Planet Black Belt. Fantastic seminar. If you guys went, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's plenty of techniques, plenty of really, really good insights on jiu-jitsu, and it was really, really a great experience. Denny is a genius when it comes to jiu-jitsu. We learned so much techniques. Mark, tell them about the seminar a little bit from your take. Mark was there as well.
Yeah, it was great. We started off with wrestling. Then we went into some chokes, guillotines, and then we kind of wrapped it up together by doing wrestle ups at the end, and then combining both what we learned with the wrestling and with the chokes. It was really awesome.
Guys, plenty of techniques, plenty of info, plenty of insights on mindset. Denny is just one of those jiu-jitsu geniuses. Now, again, you guys know Denny. Denny's definitely eccentric, definitely very, very passionate. But again, he knows his game. He knows jiu-jitsu. So I was super happy to have him. And it was really great experience to have him teach at the gym. And hopefully we can do another seminar sometime next year with him. So looking forward to that. Other updates, again, you guys know women's locker room's getting wrapped up. We're going to be getting the new flooring in pretty soon. The new flooring has just been ordered for the gym. We are going to need a lot of hands to help with that flooring order because we got 2 sets of big shipments coming into the gym. We have the flooring and then we have the mats. So once those are shipped, unfortunately, the shipping guys cannot carry those things upstairs for us. So we're going to need a lot of hands to help us all carry those things upstairs and get the flooring and the mats ready to go. So 2 different dates on the shipments. I will keep you guys posted. And again, we're going to put out the bat signal and try to find you guys who can help out, guys who are strong, who lift, who can help us out carry those damn mats upstairs because there's going to be plenty of those, but we have to carry upstairs. So again, be on the lookout for that. Now, not too many other announcements. Again, women's class tonight, I'll be covering. Coach Joanne is going to be out for tonight. I'm going to be covering the women's class. Again, there's going to be no women's class or wrestling class on the day of the holiday party on 12/15. So make sure you manage for that. We also, the yoga is having a little day retreat, the Zen Days retreat. You guys have probably seen the flyers around the gym. That's going to be in January. I believe January. Let me take a look again. The Zen Days retreat is going to be January 7th. So it's going to be a Sunday, okay? Sunday morning event. It's a one-day event. If you guys are interested, sign up. Okay, we got our early bird special. We also have the yearly membership deals available, okay? If you guys are looking forward to training with us next year for the full year, go ahead and, if you can, jump onto that yearly membership deal. $2,000 for the full year, unlimited classes, unlimited everything. Yoga, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai. You get the 10th Planet access, the gym access, everything. We also have that for the kids, $1,500 for the full year up front, and this is all for unlimited training. So again, we're only doing 10 of each of these. So 10 of the kids, 10 of the adults. If you want these, let us know. We will reserve you one. And again, make sure you guys let us know if you guys want it because we are selling through these things fast. I think we've already sold 4 of them, and we've only announced them in a couple of days. So let us know if you want the yearly membership deal. These we only do once a year. with this discount, and we try to make sure again we announce it to everyone gets the signal that you guys can jump on that. So yearly membership deals, and if you guys want it, if you guys are planning to stick with us for the next year, it's a good opportunity to save some money if you can afford to pay it up front. Okay, typical things again going into the new year, guys. Okay, make sure you're training hard, staying consistent. The holidays are coming around the corner. It's hard for a lot of us to make it to the gym, but make it in when you can. Watch out when you're sick, and make sure you guys aren't coming into the gym when you are sick. Make sure that immune system is good to go, and make sure you guys are staying healthy. Continue to support the gym as best you can. Okay, during the season, it is typically slower, so if you guys can support with merchandise, buying, if you guys can support with, some people buy memberships for gifts, and some people even have, and we already had a few people buy, a few months of membership for their friends or partners or whatever, family, so that they have those gifts. All that goes great. It's great. I love to see it. It helps support the gym in these slow times. Even if you can't do that, maybe make sure you're sharing posts. Make sure you're leaving your reviews and support us in this time, because again, with a lot of the renovations happening, a lot of the expenses happening, we can use as much support as possible with the team. And all of it counts, every dollar counts, and we're going to make sure that you guys, again, have a good facility to train in. And again, all those funds are just going to be sent back into the gym, and we want to make sure you guys are getting your money's worth with your training and with your membership fees and all that stuff. So again, support as much as you guys can. We appreciate it so much. Make sure you guys, again, spread the word as well for those deals and those specials, those things that are going on in the near future. Any questions about those, again, ask the staff, ask me, and we'll give you more information on that. Mark, any other announcements before I move on to this fast reflection?
I think you got it all covered.
I think this is a good transition talking about this fast, because again, we've been talking all this year. We've had competitions, we've had people going in and out, and it's one of those things where I've always been so. I've always been so adamant about trying to challenge yourself, right? And I've been thinking about ways to challenge myself. As a coach, and with my competition kind of in my rear view mirror, my competition days, I've been thinking about ways to challenge myself, So I have been looking over this 3-day water fast, and that's one of those things that I really, in the beginning, thought that it would be nuts to do a water fast for more than a day, right? And I've done a 30-hour famine. I've done a 30-hour fast. Sorry, I've done a 30-hour fast. I do intermittent fasting. I've been doing intermittent fasting for the last 10 years. I do about a 16-8 window, 16 hours fasted, 8 hours where I'm eating in the window. So I've been doing that forever. Now, when I found out about the 3-day water fast, that really kind of gave me a little spark of, inspiration to challenge myself. And again, all of our team, those who've been training and working, most of the team knows about, having to cut down the calories, knows about dieting, knows about trying to make weight, and this wasn't necessarily a thing for me to make weight. Again, it was more just a mental challenge to see, could I do this? Could I do a 3-day water fast? And that was the big question to me. So I decided to do it, and especially after Thanksgiving, I think that was a very important time for me to try to sit back after having those big meals, after having that time to, enjoy the holiday, is try to reset my body, reset my digestive system, and try this 3-day water fast. Again, it's really more for the health benefits that I wanted to do this. Weight loss is great, aesthetics is great, but I wanted to see if I can change my mindset and see how I could feel different with my water fast. So I did the research. First things first is how to do this water fast, right? And more so, actually, first things first is why to do this water fast. So I got a little list of the things that the water fast is supposed to do for your health, right? So obviously we got the weight loss, like I said before, but we have a long list of other things that we can also benefit from. We got a reduction of inflammation and pain. We have a regeneration of the immune system. We have a cleansing of the digestive system. We have an increase in insulin sensitivity. We have a strengthening of mindset and willpower, and the list goes on and on. Reduce blood pressure, reduces sugar and blood sugar, and antioxidant defense, and we can go on and on. But again, this whole fast was something that I had thought I could not do or someone shouldn't do, but then I looked into how. Now, how do I do this? Now, obviously with the water fast, you're fasting, but you can obviously have water. If you don't have water, you don't do this. You cannot just fast with anything for 3 days without anything. You have to at least have water. But how do we do it, and how do we do it so that we don't deplete ourselves fully where we can't function, right? So I looked it up. The first thing that they told me is that when we're doing this water fast, we're going to need electrolytes. And what are electrolytes? We talked about electrolytes a lot when athletes talk about like rehydrating, right? Electrolytes: sodium, potassium, magnesium. One of the top 3 electrolytes that you'll need in order for you to function, right? And again, electrolytes, those a lot of times come from salts, sodium. So basically what I had to do was get these salts and put them in my water. And that really helped me during this 3-day fast not get those headaches. Definitely still had the hunger, but definitely did not have the headaches, which was a great thing, Now, with this fast, again, as long as it's drinks that are no calories or like 0 calories or clear liquids, I was able to have. Like coffee and tea, I was able to have. But I tried to do no caffeine as well. I tried to do no alcohol, no cannabis, no caffeine. But by the second day, I needed that caffeine. Actually, the first day, I needed that caffeine because I'm unfortunately a caffeine addict now, and I need that for my energy levels, especially not having the calories. I needed that caffeine. So I ended up having some caffeine. Maybe one day I'll do it without any caffeine and just straight water. So my diet consisted of the electrolyte water, basically water with pink Himalayan salt, Epsom salt, baking soda, and potassium sulfate. Those were the 4 elements or 4 minerals I had in my ingredients I had in my water. I would dump it in. Now, mind you, that water did not taste good. That water was not the tastiest of waters. I had originally bought an electrolyte specific, like a Liquid IV, but I realized Liquid IV had sugar in it and I could not use that. So I bought another electrolyte that had stevia in it. But then I researched that, hey, if you have stevia or flavoring in your water, it could increase the hunger pains. So I was like, great, I can't have that either. So I ended up buying the regular salts and putting them in my water. So it just tasted like salty water and it was not very pleasant to drink. But in the times when I was really depleted and I needed something to satiate myself, that water did definitely help. And again, it definitely helped me with my overall energy levels and limiting the headaches. And so with that, I was definitely drinking that. And then again, I was having my regular water. And then basically I began the process after, I began the process on Sunday night, 9 p.m., right? Sunday night, 9 p.m. was my last meal. And I was definitely eating really well Sunday, trying to make sure I prepared my body for this 3-day fast. So first day, Monday, felt great in the morning, felt great all day. I actually wasn't even hungry. I guess I ate so much on Sunday that I didn't even feel hungry at all up until the evening. And the evening hit around like 8 or 9. I was definitely feeling the hunger pains. And the funny thing is, I was concerned if I was going to be able to sleep, But luckily, I guess I was so fatigued because I was able to train that day. I was able to move around and do my daily routine. I was able to sleep, And then Tuesday rolled around, the morning of, I was not hungry either. And I was pretty good the whole day. And then again, toward later in the evening, I started feeling really fatigued. I started to need that caffeine. I ended up getting some black coffee. Took that down, and then by the evening, that hunger started coming back again. And those hunger pains was a real mental challenge, right? Like knowing that I was not able to eat, knowing that I was going to eat tomorrow, and having to sit there in that kind of sucky, like really, really depleted sense, and having to push through, that really showed me, the power of the will, the power of the mind, that you can persevere and get through those times if you're dedicated, you're focused, and you're able to, see the end goal here. Now, the third day of the fast, I woke up and I felt the hunger immediately. I was definitely feeling fatigued, but I drank the electrolyte water. I was having the caffeine. That definitely helped. But I think one thing that Wednesday maybe magnified my hunger so much is that I didn't really do much on Wednesday. I was trying to sit back and chill, but I feel like sitting back and chilling made me reflect more on just being hungry. Like I think I should have just stayed a little busier, done some tasks around the day. Also, the other challenge was I was a little more fatigued on the third day than any other day. So all these factors ended up leading to the end of the breaking of the fast. Now, a few things that they tell you when you break your fast, right? When you break your fast, you don't want to just eat whatever you want, okay? Your stomach can get really hurt. Your stomach has shrunken over these 3 days, and you have to be careful when you go back to the fast. So what you need to do is start off with a basic, simple liquid like a broth or a vegetable juice or something like that. When it was time for me to break my fast, man, I took that bone broth down and I was so excited to eat. It was just a regular bone broth, nothing special about it, but I put that thing down quick. And the thing I didn't realize is how fast that thing runs through you when your stomach has not had anything in it for 72 hours. Actually, more like 70 because I broke a little bit early because of the schedule. When your stomach has not had anything for 3 days, that bone broth just ran right through me. I'm telling you, I went 30 minutes after I had that broth, I went straight to the restroom, and it was like Hoover Dam. It just went right through. Right, so not a pretty sight. Definitely was something I got to take note of next time and sip the broth a little slower. And then after the broth, you wait 30 minutes, and then I had some probiotics. I had some kimchi, put some avocados in there, and even that was great. As far as like me being able to eat, I wouldn't eat it typically, but it felt great after 3 days of nothing like solid. After that, I had some vegetables. After that, I was supposed to have lean proteins, but I ended up having a slice of pizza because I had my family over and we all ordered pizza. So that was definitely something that is not recommended, but it didn't kill me either. I just make sure you don't overeat. That's the biggest thing after you break your fast. Do not overeat. You can really damage your stomach because your stomach is shrunken, and it's something that you have to be mindful of. Don't overeat. You're gonna explode your stomach. That's very dangerous. And after that, the next day I felt great. Now I feel great too. Like just having this new profound perspective on food and fasting, knowing I can push through a 3-day fast, knowing that I've been through this experience, having that mental fortitude and being able to achieve that challenge just through pure choice, not through any, I don't have no competitions. I don't have anything else that pushed me, and no, there's no money on the line for this. I just wanted to do it. And that gives me a lot of confidence moving forward that I can have a better relationship with food and my diet. For me, I've been up and down with my diet and food, like being a competitor for many years, having a diet, having to cut weight, and also being a foodie myself, loving food, loving to enjoy time with my family, loving the food of my culture, loving the food of other cultures, and just in general, enjoying cuisines. Something that really made a big difference on me was just knowing that, hey, I can stick with something this severe, and I can survive off this, if I choose to. It's something that, again, it's not going to kill you. It's not going to be something that you're just going to be out. If I was at a time when I didn't have any food, that I would be okay. And that's something I've learned over many years of fasting, like ever since I started intermittent fasting, just having the confidence knowing that I don't need to have food every minute, every waking moment. I don't have to have that resource. I can be confident knowing I can go a little bit longer without food. And knowing that I don't need sometimes all these extra calories. Sometimes I realize like I'm overeating. I don't need to overeat. I've been trying to start getting better with my choices moving forward. I'm going to try to stop eating at 80%. There's this Japanese kind of mindset of, I forgot what it's called, but stopping eating. Let me see if I have it saved. To stop eating at 80% full. And it's something that the Japanese do a lot with their habits, just to try to make sure that they are feeling better. And overall, just something to protect your eating habits and make sure that you're not, again, getting to a point where you're overeating. Also, I'm going to try to cut down processed sugars from my diet. I'm going to try to keep with natural sugars. And so, I kind of reflected on all these in these last 3 days, trying to see if I can make better life choices for my diet moving forward. Again, this is something that's not for everyone. Some of you may have your other reasons for your diets and everything and so forth. By all means, diet is not something that everyone is going to have the same kind of formula for, but this is something that I wanted to challenge myself with, and I feel like it helped me a lot. I hope that I'm going to be able to use these lessons I learned moving forward, and maybe I'll try to do this again in the next year sometime. Maybe I can do it once a year and try to do that. Maybe one day I can even go longer. I've heard guys do 7 days. I've heard guys do 10 days. I've heard a dude doing 21 days water fast, and I just don't know if I could ever do that, but you never know. If challenges are something that it's very important to continue to challenge yourself, I feel, to continue to give yourself things that push you past your limitations and past your own mental limitations that you think that you are able to, some of us have these mental plateaus that we think we can't push forward past. And I continue to try to challenge myself to see if I can push my limits and go forward with my own, goals, my own kind of, in a sense, limitations that I put on myself. You know, the human body, the human mind is a lot stronger than a lot of us think. I'm a big believer in that, and this really proved it to me that I can push myself to that limit. I can push myself to another level, and you know, who knows? We'll see what the results are later. You know, this is supposed to also help with decreasing the chances for a lot of diseases, a lot of health problems down the line, and I hope it does help with that. You know, and if I can continue to build off that, even better. So 3-day water fast. Now, I know a lot of you guys had questions about it. A lot of you guys were asking about, like, are you trying to lose weight? How do you feel? How much water are you drinking? You know, to continue, if you guys have questions about this, let me know. Let me know if you guys have any thoughts that you guys want to ask about this, because I'm happy to talk about it, and I'm happy to share my experience with it. Mark, do you have any questions about the 3-day water fast? We were talking about it a little bit earlier.
Yeah, Gino, you said the first night you didn't have trouble sleeping, but the other 2 nights, did you have any issues sleeping?
No, well, night one, I guess when you start the fast, right? For night one, there's 3 nights, right? I guess if you start the fast, I started the fast 9 p.m. Sunday, so that was good because I was full. Like I stopped eating at 9 p.m. Saturday, and then Monday night, I started having the hunger pains. But again, drink enough water and drink enough of the electrolytes, you can make yourself feel full, right? And then I was able to sleep. And then that's Monday night, right? And then Tuesday night was the time when I was concerned. I was definitely hungry. I was definitely feeling it. But again, the water, the electrolytes, you can satiate yourself with water very well. Like, you'd be surprised how much you can satisfy hunger and pains with water. You know, that's the thing, is that a lot of people think they got to eat every time, but, you force yourself to chug down some water, you can satiate yourself. And that's a thing where I think a lot of competitors have been through that. You have that pain, hunger at night, you want to go into the fridge, you want to open up and start chowing down on everything you got in there. But you're like, nah, let me just drink this water, let me get this down and just go to sleep, And it's a tough challenge, right? Because you're sitting there and the food is so accessible for us. Humans don't have to hunt no more for their food. Humans don't have to go out of their way. Grocery stores have everything stocked. But having the ability to choose, like, nah, I'm just going to just drink this and go to sleep, that was very powerful and a very, very important practice to show the strength of your willpower. A lot of us just mindlessly eat, and we can't allow ourselves to mindlessly eat all the time, because that's going to end up being bad for our health. It's gonna damage us. So I think that the biggest thing with the sleep, again, is making sure that you're doing something active during this water fast, or at least working. Like if you're not doing anything during the water fast, that can probably be detrimental, because your energy levels will be so high. I mean, I was working out on Monday and Tuesday. I was sparring 30 minutes each day. I didn't go crazy hard with my workouts. It wasn't like I was training my usual intensity, but I did 30 minutes, a few rounds of sparring each of those nights. Wednesday, I didn't do any sparring or any training, but I can tell that the training definitely helped. I definitely would recommend get some light training in when you are doing this water fast, because again, you'd be surprised doing the fasted training, how much energy you actually do have, even without having those calories. I know a lot of people don't want to train on an empty stomach, but I'm telling you, it's definitely possible. And sometimes it's even better because you're light, you're not feeling any weight down with your stomach. And it's a very, very interesting feeling, that knowing that you don't have no calories in you, but still being able to push, because your body has reserves of calories. Your body has fat reserves. We talk about ketosis. Once your body is depleted of its carbs, your body goes into its fat reserves and uses those for the energy, and that's where you start burning fat, and that's how you start losing weight. And that's where our body was within those days, that the ketosis effect. And that's another topic we can talk about another time. But going into ketosis, my body was able to have energy and push forward because of those fat reserves. And I got plenty of fat reserves in me. I'm definitely over. I started the water fast after I had that big meal on Sunday. I was 185. By Wednesday, I was 174. So I maybe cut over 10 to 11 pounds. So it was plenty of weight that I cut. Now, again, not all of us is going to cut that much, because, again, I think I really ate a lot on Sunday. I really pushed myself. I would probably be around 180 usually, and but I pushed myself to get 185, a little heavier than usual. But I lost around 10 pounds with this water fast. Now, I've probably gained it all back. Maybe 5-6 pounds I've gained back already. So I'm probably 180 again, but I'm going to try to stay in 170s. I know I should not be at 180s. I should not be sitting around there too long. I know I should be in that 170 range. That's where I feel the best, and I'm not too heavy. So I'm going to try to stick around the 170s. But again, lost plenty of weight. And again, it's something that you got to be mindful of. You're going to lose weight, but how are you going to keep that off? You're gonna keep that off by changing those eating habits and making sure that you make smarter choices. Now, all you guys who are competitors, all you guys who cut weight, all you guys who understand what it's like to be depleted, remember that, hey, once competitions are over, once competitions are done, there's a chance that you could start having these bad eating habits blow back up. And that's what happened to me. Once I stopped really, like, in my mind, I was stopping competing. I really just said, F it. I'm going to eat whatever I want. I'm going to have whatever I want. I'm going to not care about it. And that's okay for a period of time. But over time, eventually, if you let that go on forever, you're going to have some detrimental effects to your health. So you got to make sure you maintain some kind of regimen, some kind of routine that's healthy, that makes sense for you, that's sensible, and it's something that you can maintain, again, for a prolonged period of time, because eating is something we all do. All of us eat. All of us have these routines. But if we don't have something logically in place to give us some structure, give us something that we can like use, we cannot be unreasonable with our diets, just eating whatever we want all the time, because that is going to, produce negative side effects. So I would recommend everyone who's out there, who's listening, no matter where you're at with your diet, no matter where you're at with your weight, whatever the case may be, always continue to look to get better with it. Continue to try to eat healthier, continue to try to have better eating habits. And that's something that a lot of folks who have no consciousness of end up having those health problems down the line because they just don't care. But those of us who really want to have a better quality of life, it starts with what we put in our body. It starts with what we do with our choices. And if you don't have those choices, like if you don't have that structure, then you're just going to be, you're playing a gamble with your health. And that's something that we can't do if we want to have, again, a good quality of life. It all starts with what you put in your body. A lot of illnesses start with what you put in your body. And if you think about that, you can make better choices. If you think about what you're putting in and what benefit is it doing for you, you can start to make better choices in your life. And again, it's not all about the aesthetics. It's not all about how you look. It's not about, in the competitions. It's about how you feel. Over time, I've been feeling like, hey, I needed to make better choices with my body because, again, I felt like I was getting way too lazy with my diet. I was getting way too, I was getting really, really lax, and I was just not having enough structure. And I decided that, hey, something needs to change, especially this holiday season coming up when sicknesses are spreading around, and we want to make sure our immune system's strong, and we're eating a bunch, we're having these parties all the time. I was trying to find something that I can kickstart a better health routine for me, and this was it. We'll see how long this lasts, and I'll keep you guys posted if I do it again. But again, definitely a great experience. I'd recommend those who are able to do it. I would recommend those talk to a doctor first. If you guys have not tried fasting before at all, I would not recommend you just jump into a 3-day fast. Maybe start with some small intermittent fasting. I've been doing intermittent fasting for over 10 years, and it's something that, again, I've had a regular experience with, that I have confidence in intermittent fasting. But the prolonged fast, the fast that lasts longer than 24 hours, definitely consult with a doctor. Definitely consult with people who are close to you, and make sure that you have a support system to help you around it. Luckily, I'd given people around me the heads up that I'm doing it, and they all supported me. And thought I was crazy at first, but I made it happen, made it work, and it was a great experience. I honestly got to say, as much as it sucked, it was a great experience. There's definitely, I'm not gonna lie to you and say it's all sunshine and rainbows, because there were moments where I was like, God damn, can I do this? Can I do this? And I was like close to just breaking that fast, getting some bone broth in, but I was able to last through it. Again, I did 70 hours, so technically not a full 3-day fast. I'm not going to lie to you and say I did all 72 hours, but I got to time it better next time. Instead of me doing a Sunday to Wednesday fast, next time I'll probably do a Friday to Sunday fast, because, having to do your daily day-to-day tasks, especially with work and everything, sometimes that is a little distracting. If I do it on a weekday or weekend, I'll have a little more time to try to kind of just do whatever I want instead of having to get cut down with my responsibilities, my day-to-day tasks and everything. So a lot of things to consider. Next time I do it, I'll keep you guys posted, and maybe we'll document it a little bit better. Maybe I can get Mark and we can do a little docu-series on a 3-day fast. But I'm excited to see the results of this. And again, you guys who are thinking about doing that, let me know. I'd love to talk about it. Comment about your thoughts on it, and we'll make sure we address those if you guys have any, and we'll talk about it soon. Mark, any last thoughts before we close out for the day?
Kind of want to try it at some point too.
Yes, don't worry about that. Mark's going out to Worlds this weekend. We're gonna touch base when we get back from Vegas, guys. I hope you guys all enjoyed today's podcast. We'll talk about more of it soon. And again, make sure you guys are back in the gym. I'll see you guys soon. Train hard, stay consistent.